Hey guys, what is going on? Carter here. Man, do I got a cool knife to show you guys. Some of you know exactly what this is. Some of you own one of these, but I bet a lot of you don't. This is a Todd Begg Bodega. This sucker was making waves probably, what was it, like 6 months ago, 7 months ago, maybe a year ago, something like that. But this is a very ambitious mid-tech project by custom maker Todd Begg. From what I understand, he moved to a new location next to, is it a bay? Bodega Bay? Something like that. I don't know. But he decided to commemorate it by making a new mid-tech project named after said place, from what I understand. And this is the culmination of all of that. And probably the most ambitious mid-tech I've ever seen. This thing is just outrageous. Let's talk about what we're looking at here. This is a 3.75 inch M390, Bøhler M390 Blade, I believe is a steel. Hollow ground, you can see right there. Milling work, it's got nice decorative holes there, kind of a dagger grind. You can see the unsharpened swedge up at the top. Here is the Todd Begg logo right there. IKBS bearing system. Pure titanium frame with this particular version has carbon fiber inserts. He also does G10, textured, and lightning strike carbon fiber, and a few other versions. Has jeweled or cracked ice, whatever you want to call it. I'm not sure if that's titanium or just steel. I believe that's an insert. And what's so cool about this knife is exactly that. It's so intricate and so detailed, and there's so much going on. I'm not sure exactly what the construction is. I would have to take this thing completely apart to fully understand. Is this an insert? How's it held into place? Is there an insert underneath this that is that? I don't know. It's just amazing. Anyways, let's continue on. Once again, jeweled backspacer here, or cracked ice, whatever you want to call it. Gear pattern kind of texturing right here with bead blasted on the peaks or the valleys. Okay, let me close this so I can get a better view. Same thing on this side. All of this is titanium. Carbon fiber insert. Here's the pivot. Nice satin finish. It is a flipper. You can see the flipper right here. Really cool pocket clip. It's got kind of standoffs over here with, once again, the jeweled or cracked ice. I assume that's titanium with a large ball bearing set in there. Very good retention on this thing. And yet it goes in the pocket very, very well. Exterior relief cut right here. You have more milling to kind of mimic what's on the blade here with the holes. And another thing that's really kind of cool and unique about this design is it was designed to have kind of a replaceable lock bar. So you can see that this is two separate pieces right here and right here. So in theory, if this lock bar were to wear out, you would just replace this lock bar portion here. This thing flips open like a dream. Super early lockup. The over travel is done by how it's milled. So it doesn't have an extra piece that acts as the over travel. It actually catches on itself, which is just really cool. Rock solid. Extremely solid. I was very, very surprised. Just an amazing knife. I let my dad flip this open the other day, and he thought it was an assisted opening knife. Because, he watches my channel, so he knows a little bit, and I got him a ZT-0350. So he's familiar with assisted knives and non-assisted knives, so he just assumed that because it opens up like a rocket, that it must be assisted. There must be a spring in there. But nope, it is just perfectly engineered on IKBS bearings. It flies open. The fit and finish on this thing is, you know, just astounding. I mean, there's not a gap, there's not a scratch, there's nothing out of alignment, out of place. It's truly an amazing, amazing knife. I just can't say enough about it. I don't know if I'm going to be carrying this thing. I don't know. I'm still marveling in its beauty and perfection. I mean, it's just, yeah, you know, the ergonomics, everything is just so great on this knife. You know, it's a perfect user. It's a perfect collector's piece, art piece. And like I said, it'll take anything you throw at it. Really stout. So much fun to play with. But yeah, being a mid-tech, that basically means that Todd has outsourced some of the menial tasks involved in making the knife. Could be, you know, the cutting out of the raw pieces, maybe even some of the raw shaping, but the idea being that he still does a good portion of the work by hand, mainly the important stuff, you know, the finishing work, the fitting, the grinding, you know, the stuff where the artist's hand kind of really plays an important factor, but then he outsourced some of just the raw building, you know, the cutting out of the blade and things like that. He outsourced that to speed up production as well as lower cost. Speaking of cost, this is actually a pretty expensive mid-tech, so he really went out on a limb, because usually people have a certain price range in mind for what they would pay for a mid-tech, and this goes above that. But he definitely had a good judgment call, because these are very, very popular. And I think it's just because you can't deny what you're getting in this knife. It is, like I said, very ambitious. I mean, if you compare this to his full customs, this is more ambitious of a knife than those, in my opinion. So it is really, really cool. Alright guys, just a look at this bad A knife. I'm out.